This is a presentation on best practices in SQL Server 2012 backups. Backing up the database is one of the most important duties of a database administrator. It's important to know how to do this correctly and consistently. We're going to take a look at best practices when backing up an SQL Server 2012 database. When dealing with any kind of backup, it's important to understand exactly where they're going to be stored. No backup should ever be stored on the same physical drive as your database files. If that drive dies on you, you'll lose everything. It's best not to put all your eggs in one basket. Make sure you know about all the partitions on the drives you use. If you're not paying attention, you might store your backups on a partition of the same physical drive. Although Dropbox, Cloud Drive, and other such file hosting services work well for backups, these should be used as a secondary nature. It's best to have your backups available to you locally. The most sensitive data should always be backed up to tape. Tape is more durable than disk drives and is less sensitive to wear, lasting 20 years, as opposed to a disk drive's 10-year lifespan. The next step to ensuring quality backups is to set up your backup procedures to run on an automated schedule. Scheduling the backups regularly will ensure that your backups are up to date. Not only will this allow you to always have a recent backup available, but it will also keep a detailed history of your data. If possible, a full backup should be done daily. Although resource intensive, a full backup once a day will put you in a position that even in the worst of conditions, only a single day's worth of data is ever lost. Transaction logs have records of any changes that have happened in the database. Because of these records, they can be used to restore the database to a specific point. Backing up the transaction log can be performed while the database is working, which is another advantage. This type of backup should be done regularly, roughly every hour. If the database has a high volume of new data being entered, consider automating a transaction log backup even more regularly. Your data might be stored in a safe location, and it may be scheduled to back itself up frequently, but that won't do you any good if your data cannot be restored. All the preparation in the world isn't going to mean a thing until we go through the full process of a data restoration to ensure everything will work perfectly when and if we require to use a backup. Using a test server, perform a restoration of your database regularly, keeping in mind the different scenarios you might deal with in the actual event you require a restoration of live data. When making backups, be sure to use all the available verification tools and options. When you write your backup, ensure a checksum is performed on each page of data. This will make sure the data is consistent. Without running your data through a checksum procedure, you are risking anomalies in your backups that could make them unstable. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it has been informative, and you now have a better understanding of SQL Server 2012 backups. My information came from these sources. For additional information on the topic of SQL backups, please visit these websites. Have a good day.